Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Lord, for another day to trade and looking forward to this trading session. This is not financial advice, educational purposes only. And let's get started, guys. So PRs start coming out in 1 minute. Here they come. I did play BDRX. That's the only play I played this morning. Caught a flush from 14 to 10. It was pretty nice. Pretty nice. Shared it in the Discord. Gave the alert and then showed the results. But played it small. Made about 400 on it though. Y'all seen anything y'all like? I haven't even looked at TTRX. I haven't even pulled it up. What is the story with this one? BJDX. BX. Kind of want a fresh pop, but I might look at this one if I don't see anything else. Wow, that was a 4 a.m. play. Yeah, look at BGR. What was it? What would you say? BJDX. I was hoping to see like a fresh new pop, but I might just look at this one. Why am I not seeing it on the top gainers? I guess I'll play the $5 retest. Locates are a little pricey. Probably should have got in around 480. I might miss the play, but I don't want to jump into it. So I want to see it get a little bit closer to $5. Sorry, let me turn that volume off. That's my mobile trading, my disadvantage trading. So I got in at a small position at 475, and I'll scale in from there. But I don't even know where this level really is. So let's see. Yeah, we got a lot of pops in this area. I mean, all kind of congestion, really. Like here to here. And then we got some pops up here too. So a little pricey on the locate. So I'm in small just in case it goes against me. Because as a rule of thumb, I usually try to avoid these with high locates. but I like the levels it's at, so I'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, BDRX, I wish I'd went heavier on this one. Man, I made $400 for 100 shares. But it was, it's one of those ones that I would love to be confident to go heavier on a play like that, but if that thing goes against you, it can get ugly. So I'm in it. My average is $4.72. I already missed the flush to 4. I see the wick down to it, but I don't remember it doing that, because this is when I'll probably take profits quick. Because BDRX, like I shared in Discord, I held it all the way down to 10. This one, I probably get out at VWAP. And it looks like it already came down to VWAP. Maybe I missed it, I don't know. Oh man, I decided to get it. I got out at 450 at 705. Oh, it's literally 706 right now. So I'm happy I did. I'm gonna play this 550 level with those same shares. Were they single use? Oh no. So I'm gonna trade set an order at 545. I just had a feeling I was about to make this next move up. But if it holds over 550, I'm probably gonna leave. So I'm not in it now. At 7:05:55, I got out. Like literally the next move was up. So I'm gonna scale in right here. Then if it holds this level, I'm probably going to, or if it breaks this level, probably get out and see what the next level is. So got in at 526. Then my next entry is 540. But I don't like that it's making new highs here. So I'll play it up to these little pops, but there's all kind of little pops over here, as you can see. So this whole area is just really congested. So we're making a next move up. See if I get this 540 fill. Again, it shows it got up to 540, but I didn't get a fill. Oh yeah, I did. Never mind. I'm in it. I just looked down and didn't realize that. But again, playing it small. 300 shares, average is 536 now. I might actually cover some here at 5. All right, I'm actually out of the full position. I think this one's going to keep pushing, but made a little over $100 there. Or probably right at 100. 530. I think it was 532. I can't see now. 532 or 536 down to 5. I might miss a decent flush, but again, I held this one for the flush, but now that we're making new highs pushing up and it has news, I'm gonna probably take profit on it quick. I'll play it again if it gets back up there. Anything else moving? Nope, not really that I like. I guess I'll play it again. It's pushing back up. This is not showing up in the TradeZero top gainer, so it's painful to get back to it every time I get away from it on mobile. So I wasn't able to get an entry again. but I have another order waiting at 539. See what y'all are saying. Locates are pricey. Good morning, everyone. No, she's a little scary both ways, but I'm leaning towards a long with nice pullback. Alexander said it's the first one. Yeah, it's showing up now, but I don't know if it was glitching out at first. It wasn't on the top gainers list, but it's up there now. Not in it, unfortunately. So if it flushes here, I missed it. But scalped it a few times. This was the play. Man, I wish I would have went heavier on it. I had another order sitting up here at 1650, I think, but only 100 shares got filled. Hindsight's 2020 though, because that thing was pumping for no reason, and it was 600,000 float. Yeah, I wasn't sure where it would end up. I think we get a little flush here, at least probably back to VWAP. Could be wrong, but not confident enough to get in it right here that it'll go to VWAP, but I think it'll retrace back to VWAP at some point for the next move up, but let's see. Let's see. Now that I got a little time, I still have those orders sitting up there close to 540. But what is the float on this one? I bet it's tiny too, isn't it? 1.5 million. Overall offering risk, red. Looks like a trash company. Yeah, I'm seeing 1.5 a few places. So it was small float. And here's that flush to VWAP. We're close to VWAP. BG, I covered too soon there. Yeah, and I covered pretty quick with this one too. But there's giving us, again, going back to BDRX, two different plays. A no pump, a massive move in one candle. I feel like it's going to retrace this one. And I was right about this one. But this one, I mean, it's already made one move up, then made a higher move up, fell back down, made the next leg up. So, yeah, I'll be taking quick profits with this one too. The price action isn't telling me clean flush all the way back to 2 or whatever. So this is more of a, for me, again, not financial advice, but this is how I'll play these. I'm seeing moves up. I'm not assuming we're going to get a BDRX type of move. At some point, maybe, but Probably gonna keep hitting VWAP, next leg up. Maybe it fails here at 550, who knows? We get a couple like retests and it can't break, then maybe we see something like that, but might have to wait till money rotation kicks in. Something else is moving. So long story short, I don't blame you for taking profits quick. Dang, I pinned the wrong message. Pinned your message, J-Money. I mean, I think you're right, but I don't think it's pin worthy comment. There we go. BJDX is another example of my 3-level theory. Breaks 3 levels, rejects at the 4th. Let's see. What level is this? Is this the 3rd or the 4th? $550 is what I'm referring to. Is that the 3rd or 4th level? Tape is really wild. This ticker is dangerous. I'm reading comments. 540 was a 4th. Cool, good to know. Yeah, I don't think this is a easy money play by any means, or it's not dangerous. I think you're probably right. It's a dangerous play. 1.5 million float. Nothing else is moving. But I do like that it respected that level almost to a T where it drew it. And again, guys, I intentionally look for like obvious levels because I'm not that great at finding levels, to be honest. I just find the obvious ones because that's the only ones I want to play. If you have to like really dig to find a level, then it's probably not that good of a level because you want everybody else that's looking at this ticker to see that same level. So I usually try to stick with the obvious ones. Sometimes it'll stop or it'll flush or cover or you can short it at unique spots. But overall, I want it to be a pretty clear level. But yeah, I think it could be a dangerous ticker, no doubt. But I mean, I've seen worse, like for sure. It's not like going up, it's not like hitting a new price every second. So I'll see what it does here at VWAP. Something else moves, I'll probably get a position in it though. See if we get a money rotation. But I'm not entering it right here. Kind of in like no man's land. It gets back up to 550, 540. I'll enter again. Just want to look at TTRX real quick. This one's probably just going to die. I mean, it already has died, but I'm tempted to. One of these pops would have been a decent entry just to go down with the flush, but I don't see this one recovering. But there is a little congestion right here, so if it does pop, it might be here at 15. So I'm not going to get in it, but crazy play. And again, all this is high risk. I know what I'm about to say. This is probably like, that's crazy you play that. I try to stay away. Y'all know I don't play the 4 a.m. pops too often anymore, but the key with these, though, you got to let it make its move first. And then when it flushes, it usually just dies away, dies off. The time I've gotten hurt from these when I got in too early. So yeah, we're going back to VWAP. Or back to 440 or whatever. J-Money, TTRX, recent IPO, and has no levels. Yeah, the ticker doesn't look familiar. Dang, AMBO ended up flushing hard too at 4 a.m. Good team, or T-Money. Jesus, I combined J-Money and T-Mac. Yeah, T-Mac, feeling the same. Feel like today should be a good day. Back-to-back 3K days for me, so not to brag, but it's above my typical average. I usually try for like 2, so on a nice little run, see if we can make it. Well, I don't want to say let's see if we can make it 3 because it's not really my goal. My goal is to trade what the market gives me. Because even that 2K, like I don't go into trading thinking my goal is 2K. It just kind of always ends up that way. I think subconsciously I try to get to 2K, but well, let's see. Maybe we can make it 3 days in a row. But I'm not going to force it. Let's just say that I'm not going to trade heavier today. I haven't really been trading heavier. I've had both days. I've had one really good flush that helped. Like yesterday was at 9 o'clock pop if you were on. And it started with the M. I can't remember what it was, but as long as I get one of those good pops where I make at least $1,000 on one play, it's usually easy to get there. This could have been it, but I only traded 100 shares of it. Caught a $4 move on it, but so BJDX. So I'm gonna play it lightly when it gets back up to 550. Like again, oh, I'm already filled. Oh, that's why, because it got there. So let's see if it flushes here. Again, playing it light, guys. I actually entered a little more than I wanted to. I entered 400 shares instead of the 300. So I'm gonna get out here 200 shares in the 5 teens. I had a pretty good fill, 539. So I covered 200 in like 514-ish. Now we're back to 5. I might just cover the whole thing here because again, I don't think this is going to flush smoothly. So I'm out at like 5. My last exit was 506. Kind of scout this thing quickly today. This could be the time it flushes. This might be the double top. But again, y'all in my comment section telling me it's dangerous. So, and you're probably right. So I'm gonna probably take just profits quick on this one. ER. Phase 2 trial. This one might move. ATHE. ATHE. Not yet. We might be early. Let's see if it starts moving. Presents positive data for phase 2 trial. Why is this not moving? I'm actually a little surprised this isn't moving right now. Okay, whatever. Presented phase 2 data, the 2025 MDS. Oh, well, no, that's right now. Huh. I'll keep an eye on it, but it's not moving right now. Here it goes. Maybe I should have got a long. I should have got a long on this thing. Look at it. I knew that was weird. 17 million float. Now it's already flushed back down. No volume on this thing right now. Maybe we're just not interested in that. I don't know, but it seems like it's decent news. I even opened up the article or the PR. Like, yeah, it's a small clinical study, but I've seen it less exciting news move these tickers, so whatever. There it goes. So long's gonna be sliding in, saying you knew that was about to run. Why didn't you get in? Oh, it already played to that level. Geez, I missed the long. I missed the short. It already got to my level I wanted. Man, all good though. Just wanted to talk about it. I missed my short and I missed the long. So here in no man's land, I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. But it was a delayed response. I do like Stock Titan because I thought I was playing when I used to go long though. I used to play these PRs, and you have to if you're playing the initial pop, you kind of got to get it before the Webull, Robinhood brokers. You know the brokers are so slow with the news, or most of them. Like I like TradeZero, don't get me wrong, but they are. I mean, all brokers are a little slow with the news, but I still don't understand why it's maybe it's because it's 17 million float. That's not exciting because everything that's running right now is 1 million or less. But enough about it. I'll take a peek at it every now and then, but sure not moving very much. T-Mac got FOMO on the tank you called, but 330 just too easy, my boy. Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, BJDX. Oh, too early. Feel like you got lucky on the BJDX flush. I mean, we're playing levels. I don't know where you got in on, but I'm just jumping out too early. Y'all saying the tape's scary and all kind of other stuff, so. But all I see right now is a ticker that's respecting levels, so that's what I'm gonna play it, how I'm gonna play it. Shouldn't say all I see, but I don't see the level 2. I don't know what y'all are seeing. SUGP. Yeah, we're getting a little pop here, but not enough for me to be interested. Yeah, no, up here maybe, but keep them coming. You see something interesting. So funny when I'm not on live though, like the screen share I shared in the Discord, seem to hold them a lot longer when I'm not on live. Maybe it's the pressure of being live. I want to make sure if I enter a trade, it's profitable. I don't know. But I've noticed that when I'm on live stream. And it goes back to what I was, y'all see this in the Discord a lot. I'll say I'm setting a stop and walking away. And obviously not in pre-market because you can't really set stops. But I do that a lot intraday because I know if I'm staring at it, I'm going to take profits too quick. Maybe that's the real reason. That's what I did with BDRX. I set a Webull alert if it broke a new high to let me know. And then it never did. And I came back and it was at 10. So sometimes I think me staring at it causes me to take profit a little quicker. But this one, again, going back to BJDX, DX, I intentionally want to take profit quick on this one. Maybe not at 5. I probably should have waited for the VWAP flush, but yeah. Have y'all tried the this is random, I'm sorry, but the Celsius Fantasy Vibe? It is so bad. And then I see why. It's Mandarin marshmallow flavor. What? And that is the most random flavor. Mandarin marshmallow? That's what it tastes like. A very fake Mandarin. That's brutal. Very American. It's a little much. A little much. I need it today though. I went to sleep after 2 o'clock last night. And I'm not really even sure why. I only drink Monster. Why the hell would you drink that flavor anyway? Yeah, I don't know, bro. It was at Publix in the cold section, so I grabbed it. So what else is going on? Is this the only thing moving? Steel? Oh, BG. Yeah. No, I couldn't live without Publix. Almost got I picked up some you know how they have like the you can place orders in advance for deli and stuff and desserts and bakery. I thought my wife paid for it in advance one time, and I just picked up a bunch of stuff and then like brought it. I mean, it was hundreds of dollars. Brought it to the car and then made it like all the way home and then realized that nobody paid for it. And I was like, oh my God, I got to call them because if I get kicked out of Publix in Florida, like I'm done. I'm screwed, especially here in Sarasota. Like, so I called them and like paid it over the phone. But for a split second, I was a little nervous because they're strict about stealing at their locations, and rightfully so. I thought they might already have a picture of me waiting. So, point of that is pay for your food. Now, point of that is like if I couldn't go into a Publix, that'd be a disaster. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I thought of. Because they're strict. Like I know some people that one of my dispensaries, one of the old managers used to work there, and she said they were super strict about people stealing. Like they would slap their picture up in like an office or in like, I don't know, some area of all the people that have stole from the location. And I was like, I do not want to be on that. Stealing some like cupcakes. Next level degeneracy. Is that worse than shorting the low float Chinese tickers? More degenerate than that? Probably. Yeah, I'm just happy it didn't happen when I was like a broke college student. I don't know if I would have called him. Man, it's I'm glad I got that early pop on PDRX because I haven't really made much money off this one. Jumping out too quick. Missing the flush here. That's what I'm talking about. If I would have got an order here, if I wasn't on live stream, and maybe that's the secret, I don't know. I would have set a Webull alert up here and tried to like walk away and not look at it. But it's a double-edged sword, especially these low floats, because by the time you get the Webull notification and you pull it up. But the good thing about the Webull, like that's why I use it. That's the only thing I use Webull for now, besides like I want to read what people are saying about a ticker. But it's usually like in the second alert, so I do like that. But nice little flush with BJDX. I'm not a part of it. Hope some of y'all are. Once walked out of Walmart with some pricey stuff at the bottom of my cart by accident. I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it. So it was free in my eyes. I never asked to be my own cashier. Oh my God. That is degenerate right there. Yeah, I should have held the double top move a little bit longer. I still would have gotten out at with me staring at it. Best case scenario, I might would have held to like 460. I wouldn't have held for the break. but I got out way too soon. AMVS. AMVS. Oh, I missed it. If we get another pop to 485, might consider it because I don't know if it's going to get back to 550. It might. Watch me eat my words. It might get to 1050, but I'll see what the price action does around the 485 level. Oh, really? J-Mon, you can't trade? You, bro. I know, like you said in the comments, way easier than just saying, come to TradeZero or whatever, but I'm surprised you profitable. They handicap you, man. It's even more impressive that you're profitable with those fees and handicaps. Bet when they lift the PDT stuff, like, it's going to be wild. There's really no incentive to use offshore brokers anymore and their high fees. And we might make our next leg down here. I'm just watching it, missing out. Got it. Yeah, they were a little pricey, but they weren't too bad on my. How much were they? Let's see. I got scared for a second. I saw I shorted 200 shares and it was $900. I thought I paid that for the locates because I have overpaid for some locates in the past when I accidentally. Yeah, it wasn't bad for 200. For 200 shares, it was 80 cents. So that means $1,004. That's the like lowest. See you, BG. Thanks for hopping on. And again, guy, well, tomorrow is Discord exclusive anyways, but I think I told you originally I'm not going to be trading tomorrow. I think I'm going to try to get a lot pre-market in. So the trading conference is at, I think it's supposed to be there at 7 LA time. I think that's 9 my time. But I'm going to try to get a live stream in because I'd love to walk up in. Oh, it's 10. Beautiful. I'd love to walk in there and already win like 2, 3K on the day, 4K maybe. Who knows? Was that one of the early ones? Because I'm not BSing. At 7:05:55, I got 200 shares for. Wait, no, I was looking at the wrong thing. No, it's 7:03:16. I got 200 shares for 80 cents. Man, I wish I should have just. This might have been the Steven trade. Just go heavy on the red candle. Just see if it keeps flushing, and then if it reverses, just get out quick. Figured it would pop. but it's diving right now. Maybe at $4. Problem is, every time I do that, that's when it reverses. Like this. See, I was thinking about doing it just then. Now I'm like, I'd be 20 cents and, 20 cents against me. I'm gonna stick with what works for me. But if it gets a VWAP, again, depending on price action, I might re-enter 480 to $5. And if I do get in at VWAP, it's going to be like 100, 200 shares here, maybe another couple hundred. And then if it gets up here, I don't think I only located 400 shares though. I would go a little bit heavier, but again, I'm going to see what the price action's telling me. I'm kind of tempted to get in here at 4. But no, I'm going to wait. I know it's not technically chasing. It's kind of a certain style, but feels like chasing to me. And it goes back to trusting your system and your process. It's a big key. If you don't trust what you're doing, I think that's probably why it always bounces on me, because I don't you know what I mean? Not how I really trade. So I'll wait for a pop to VWAP or $5. Jay might have been throwing you the alley hoops. Alley oops, you don't want to dunk it. It's a great reference. Do you think the removable PDT will give a big influx of volume into the market? Probably, yeah. I think so. I mean, again, guess I could elaborate on that, but yeah, I just don't see why it wouldn't. I think it'll be a positive catalyst. It'll probably be very interesting, to be honest. But who knows? Don't really have any other theory outside of that, but I think so, for sure. Yeah, I don't see why it would not go crazy. You know what I mean? It's probably going to be exciting. Probably see some serious pumps. Yeah, particularly long for sure, for sure. But again, that gives us good short opportunities too. So as long as you don't get in too early. It's a rough morning. And of course, yeah, views are up today. That's how it always is. When I get a lot of views, it's always, I wouldn't say a lot, but usually I'm not at this point. But if it's slow or if I'm taking a loss, the views are always popping. But we'll get something at 8 here shortly. J Money said PDT is going to make the market extremely volatile, the same way the one-day statement did. In my opinion, it'll be drastically more profound. Yeah, probably. Again, I don't, just theories at this point. And I don't like to speak to things I don't really know until it comes to pass, but my theory is very similar to yours, J Money. I think it'll be a big catalyst, but probably should avoid front side first couple of days, which I struggle with because I love front side. Because even like that 9 o'clock pop yesterday, my biggest win, like if I wasn't playing front side, I don't think I would have got that. Well, actually, I was kind of slow to that play. So I think I just slapped the bid on that one. Yeah, never mind. But it's still, well, it's still front side for technically though. And I do get asked that a lot about fills, like how I get in quick. Like T-Mac, you ask about it in the group, but about once a month I get asked that, like how do I get in positions quick? And yeah, I'm just slapping the bid if I want to get in. I'm not saying that's the best route, because if there's a huge spread, I mean, I've done it. Sometimes I've slapped the bid 1,000 shares and immediately down $100. You know what I mean? So, and that's only a 10-cent spread. So in IVF, is it a new pop? Okay, I might add to be. I kind of want to add some to BJDX here. So I'm just going to enter 200 shares just to see if we get some money rotation away from it. And then I'll look at some levels here. $2 million float. We might not see money rotation if this one doesn't keep moving though. It's for money to rotation to work. You got to have something still in tension, and this one's already died, so. Well, I'm in it now at 401, so I'll just see what it does. If it breaks, what's this? Like 407 or something, I'll get out. But I only entered a couple hundred shares, so not stressing about it. I'll keep an eye on it just in case it pushes back up. And then going back to slapping the bid. So that's if I just like really want to get in ASAP. I don't do that every play. I like to like set orders and them come to me. And then if I want to get in at a better price, I'm not going to slap the bid, especially if I'm heavy. But if I'm trying to just get in super quick, which I'll see on live stream sometimes, the spread is not ridiculous, I'll just slap the bid. So still in this one at 401, only in 200 shares, but definitely money rotation theory didn't work for this one because NIVF didn't get money. Almost at 8 o'clock, so I'll probably add here at VWAP with my other 200 shares. Wow, the locates. I went to look to get more locates. They have shot up. So for 200 more shares is $9.22. I got it for 80 cents. Wow. think they give you the hookup. I just get them early. That's like the first thing I do. I waste some money on locates, but I think I'm net positive though, because when you wait, because if you wait, you might not waste some locates, but if you wait and pay literally 10x more, I don't know. Wish they hooked me up though. They act like I'm a nobody when I reach out, so. They do give me the, I think 7.5% off locates or 10%. 7.5 or 10%, I can't remember. But y'all can get the same thing. You just got to have over 30K in your account. I know that's easier said than done, but just putting it out there, they have some incentive if you have over 30K in your account. They give you like 7.5% off your locates. But everything adds up. Yeah, NIVF flush, but I was never really that interested. Maybe up here I would have been, but yeah, J Money, that's kind of what frustrates me more is when the price goes up. And then you're paying 5x, 10x. We literally just saw 10x here on this one. And then when I was trading heavier than I am now, when I'm trying to get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 locates, and now you're paying 10x more. That's, from a business perspective, that's not ideal. Or from a trading perspective or whatever. Just, but again, figure out your own system. I just share what works for me. Because I do waste some money on locates sometimes. But I bet I could sell these back and make a profit. Because it went up to next. But I only have 400. So I'll just use these to, if we get up to 450, I'll enter. But 8 o'clock news is 2 minutes away. So hope we get some plays. You know, it's slow. We're talking about best locate strategies and selling them back for profit. Thank y'all for hopping on today as usual. Appreciate the likes, appreciate the subscriptions or subscribers. I don't know what I'm trying to say, like it's medicine. So we're already getting some PRs coming in. Let's see. It's a weird time, 7:59. Doesn't look very exciting though. Let's see what else we get at 8. And if y'all been around for a while, you've heard me say this so many times, but 8 o'clock usually has the most PRs, so. Oh, it's 8 o'clock, so we're gonna get faked out a little for the first few. Let's Just trying to say them all at the same time. Okay, I think all the ones after this should be legit. MRM's popping. I'll pull it up in just a second. I'm grabbing locates. Was this one running recently? Why is it taking so long? MRM. Oh, bro. Ooh, I like where it's at now. So I'm gonna just, let's see. Might regret this, but I'm adding a little starter here. So let's see, where are we at with this one? Oh, so we got a pivot at 266. That's about where I added my first little snipe. So I'm gonna cover here. I made about 30 cents a piece on these until I can like do a little bit more due diligence on why this is even moving. Series A round valuation 9 billion. Is that yen? Approved a private placement of new shares to 2 officers at a Series A valuation of 9 billion with funding scheduled by the end of October. That capital increase is led by management investors Yoshi. I'm gonna murder these names, but yeah. So it's a Series A valuation set at 9 billion with a funky symbol. I don't even know what it means. I'm showing my ignorance. So I think that's yen. Could be wrong. Yeah, it's yen. And that's only about, they did it in yen on purpose because it sounds way bigger. It's actually 60 million. 9 billion yen sounds a little more intimidating, but it's 60 million, which is still a decent Series A, but the billion part is. So I made about 30 cents on it, only about 500 shares, so nothing crazy, but caught a little flush on it. I actually made about almost 40 cents, 36 cents. Oh, BJDX finally flushed. I'm back in the money on it, or now break even. Money rotation, but now volume seems to be slowing down on MRM, so BJDX might make its next move up. I don't know. But again, I'm just going to hold on to these. I'm only in a couple hundred. All right, I might short this one again. Yeah, let's go. I know, let's see, we're up to 3. Got me an entry, 294. I like the entry. Pretty good entry. Well, let's see, time will tell if that was a good entry. So we're above 3 now. So I got to stay close to this because private placement news sometimes it's been running recently. So not freaking out yet. But I'm gonna go ahead and now we're in the 280s, get my size down a little bit more. So I'm only in 500 now. I went a little bit heavier here at 3 level. So back to only 500 shares. Is ATHE moving again? Because that'll make me feel good about this play. Or is this getting faked out? Yeah, I'm getting faked out. So in with my 500. See what it does. What's BJDX doing? Yeah, still a little bit of tension from it. But if we hold 3, I'll probably bail on some of this because I don't. So we have some levels. Let's see, 317, 353, 445 roughly. So I feel like this one could make another move up. Locates are pretty reasonably priced. What's the float on it? Let's see. There we go. Getting a little flush here. Off about $100 now. See if we get a little bit more of. I might trim some more here at VWAP though. So I got out at 276, only in 200 shares now. Playing this one kind of small. Oh, we're back up to 3. That's why I trimmed at VWAP. Dang, I probably should have entered more there. Oh, let's go. Let's go. I'm not holding a very big position. Yeah, I'm trading a little too small today, but this again is still only up 30%. Y'all know I like the 50% plus moves. I might actually just trim the rest here in the 260s. All right, I'm completely out. So I think it might bounce off VWAP. And I don't mind playing how I'm playing, like the kind of more of the quick scalps, but I need to add a little more size to it because if you do the quick scalps and you're not playing very heavy, you don't make much. 5-6 million float or 5.93. Overall offering risk high according to AskEdgar. No cash. They're broke, but they are getting a private placement. Negative cash position. They're losing. They're negative 5.2 months, and they have a quarterly cash burn of 1.7 million. I kind of feel like BJDX is going to make another move up at some point. Stuck between 2 SMAs now. Who's going to win, 9 or 20? Hopefully, I hope I see a little flush here. Yeah, like a little frustrated I didn't enter heavier on that one though. It didn't make much. Like besides my initial play, I just haven't made that much today. Trading too small. But I mean, I haven't loved any of these setups that much. So my size varies on like my conviction. So, but I am playing a little smaller than I like. I mean, it's comfortable, but the P&L is not where I would like it to be at this point. Because I've traded well this morning, but like I said, oh Jesus, TradeZero was glitching out. It shows I'm down. Yeah, and always blame this on trade ideas. It's the exchanges or whatever that causes it to like glitch out. Because it's the same thing's happening on my TradeZero right now. It shows I'm down like over $200 on BJDX, which I'm not. It's like flashing in and out, showing it's like $5, but it's really not. Appreciate it, Alexander. Yeah. I am pretty happy about the 3K days back to back, but I am trading a little small today for these scalps. Like it works when you catch a good flush, but if I get me a nice like 50, 100% pop trash news at a level I like, I'll probably do what I did at 9 o'clock yesterday, at least enter 1,000 shares. Because I need a big one or two big plays. Because again, that's kind of what separates a 1 or 2K day with a 3 and 4K day. So looking like we might get the VWAP test. So I might use my other 200 locates here. Speaking of trading small, but this is not the one I want to go heavy with at all. So I'm cool with that on this one. But yesterday was a perfect example where I just went a slightly heavier at 9 o'clock because we were hauling butt to the 200 daily SMA. And y'all probably hear me say this all the time, but like I like strong moves up to these levels because they just seem to reject much quicker. And that's what that one yesterday did that I traded on live that I went a little bit heavier on. I like just quick, strong moves to levels I like. I don't like slow grinds. I don't like little baby candles making moves up. I just like an insane move up. So I added at the VWAP. And if it starts breaking above VWAP, I'm just probably going to get out. Because again, I wouldn't be surprised either way with this one. I don't really know, to be honest, what it's going to do. So I'll just let the price action decide my next moves. If it probably holds over 450, I'll probably just cut. Oh, you seen it too, Alexander? Yeah, it's sketchy when it does that. VJDX above 441 could run. Yeah, I'm seeing how it responds here to VWAP. Still thinking it might flush, but if it holds over 450-ish, I'm gonna get out. It flirted with it, but let's see. So my average now is 421, not great. So if we get close there, I'm probably going to just trim out of those. Well, I'm only in 400. I might ride it out. Yeah, I'll just ride it out. Maybe we get a solid rejection here. But again, I like to, y'all see I'm taking these trades, but I don't by any means think this is like a setup. This may be a B minus C setup for me. There's just not much moving right now. I'm trying to learn from watching and listening. Is this a daily live stream? Yeah, Monday through Thursday. I live stream every day from Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 9-ish, 9 or 9:30 Eastern time, market time. And then Friday exclusively in the Discord. We do an end of the day fade as well. But yeah, no, short selling is what I specialize in. The side that makes money. Longs make money sometimes too. So still waiting to see if it holds over that 450 level. If it does, I'll cut. It's a link in the description. But yeah, it's just exclusive live stream. And the best part of it's we just have like community chat, alerts, things like that. But yeah, appreciate you hopping on. If you have any questions, let me know, because it's kind of a slow day. Probably a good day for questions. I wish I could remember that one. Do any of y'all remember the one that popped to 9 or at 9 o'clock yesterday? I would love to pull that up as an example, because y'all probably hear me say it all the time about these quick moves up. I'm gonna wait for MRM to get a little higher before I play it. I don't know. I'm just gonna say in random levels. No, I need to create some, to be honest. Do you have any previous videos where you teach how to properly draw the levels on a chart? Nope. That's a good idea. Very good idea. And just high level, I look for obvious, yeah, I need to make a video about it, because if you're not super familiar about like finding levels, it is a little confusing, but I just try to find very, very obvious like levels it's popped to previously, or if there's like right here, like resistance, but I need to make a video about it. That's not what I need to be better about that, because I haven't made any videos in a while outside of live streams. Yeah, the ticker. Oh, MYNZ. Appreciate it. My man. Alexandru, always clutch. So this is the move where I made very good yesterday. And let's pull up the 1 minute so you can see it a little bit better. But the only reason I'm talking about it is not to say I did good on this, but the reason why I decided to go a little bit heavier on it is because it shot from 160 all the way up to that 313 level very quick. And then when I pulled up the daily, it had the, where are we at? It had the 200 right there. So I had a feeling It's not guaranteed. Between this resistance right here, which is basically the bottom of these candles, and the 200, it got me excited. So I entered, but the problem is, though, being a front side trader, if it wants to blow through that level, you can get yourself in some pain, but that's how I play those. But I actually waited till this one came back down because I was a little bit slower. So it popped up here, then it fell, and I got in between 290 and 3, and then it just died. Just straight up died. So MRM looks like it's about to make another move up. So I'll probably play these highs. BJDX, by the way, finally broke down, or it's finally breaking down a little bit. So glad I hung in there. See if it pays off. But I'm gonna focus on MRM right now. Cool. Yeah, Paul, I've used interactive brokers and TradeZero, and I like interactive brokers actually. And the options fees are like almost non-existent. So I like interactive brokers for that, but not short selling. You'll see that there's a lot more locates available, better prices on TradeZero. But yeah, hopefully you like it. And again, I don't pretend to act like it's perfect. By the way, I got an entry here at 290. I don't try to act like it's perfect, but I do like TradeZero. They've been pretty good to me. So we got a little entry here at 290, only a couple hundred shares. And then if it gets closer to $3, I'll add more. And then 310 to 317, I'll add more. Probably jumped in a little too early. So I'm at 290 right now, but let's see. But yeah, all brokers take a little while to get used to, and I've noticed that there's certain things you like about certain brokers, and I just mostly like it's super quick with executions. The locate fees are pretty good. And if you have issues, the customer service isn't too bad, or they're usually pretty quick to fix the issue. But again, they all have their flaws here and there. So I added a little bit more here at 290. I think I had an order waiting at 297. I think it barely got there yet. Barely got there. So I've got 2 entries on it so far. Ordo, you've been with Interactive Brokers for more than 10 years? Yeah, see? So you probably have some things you like about Interactive better. And then there's probably things you like about TradeZero better. Shorted MRM. Yeah, I got about a similar average, Ordo. I'm in at 292 now. Is my average. You got me beat by 3 cents. But again, not even that heavy on this one either, because I maybe a B setup, maybe B minus setup. We're only up 40%. Kind of shorting in the middle of 2 levels, you know? So again, this is not the one I want to go heavy with. But I'm in it. Hopefully to catch a little flush here. There we go. BJDX looks like we might see at least get back down to this 380 level. So I'm still holding on to my 400 shares. Because again, not in super heavy, so I needed to make a little bit bigger move to make it worth it. Let's see. Hi, Tebow. Do you have setups with wide stop loss? That's a tough one to answer. Not intentionally. So it really, that's the part that's really hard to explain since I'm like a discretionary trader. Like with this one, no, I have a tight stop. So I would probably stop out. Well, let me find some examples. So it really depends on the play. So if it's a retest or I'm playing a specific level, then I'll stop out pretty quick if it blows past it. But if it's like an initial pop, I'll scale into those. Ooh, MRM, I might close some here. Nice flush. But yeah, it really depends. I wouldn't say I have a wide stop loss. I used to, yes, have a wide stop loss, but it really depends on the play. I like to kind of like cut and re-add now. So my theory is, so if it got up here to 317, I wouldn't cut, I would add. Then if it got to 353, I would add more. But the key is, that's why my initial entries are a little bit smaller. So if I enter 300 shares here, I might enter 500 shares here, I might enter 800 shares here. So when I add to it, each add I'm going a little bit heavier. And because of that, it gets my average up a little quicker. But the problem is with that strategy is whenever you get to an area where you don't see any more levels, you have to cut it. Like, so like if it broke past 353 and it looks like it's headed to 444, I would just cut and then like re-add up here. But again, when you're trading these initial pops, sometimes it's hard not to have a wide stop with how I trade. So it really, it does depend. But again, it's kind of play by play, but I don't like saying I have a wide stop. Maybe to some people's standard, but not necessarily to mine. But the problem is I notice a lot of people that scale into these plays. And again, I would only scale in if these levels are close. These are considered close to me. But if the level is way off, then no, you got to, I got to cut that, then re-add. But yeah, if you're new to shorting, this is kind of how it goes. Like it's like the benefit for me is like I consistently usually make like a decent amount each day, but I never have like a 10x or a 5x or a 2x or a 3x day, you know what I mean? Because I don't go long, you know, I can only win up to 100%. But with shorting, it's almost more like a salary, just consistent daily profits. Where I notice longs, it's like some brutal days sometimes, but when you do land a good trade, you can have a really big day. So still holding on to BJDX. I think these might just fade away. Again, I'm playing this small, but I'm up over $100 on it. That's what's frustrating. I actually traded really good today, but I just haven't added much size because I haven't really liked these setups. Because look at MRM. Beautiful flush. And BJDX making its next move down. I'm tempted to trim some in this area though, because this is where it bounced previously right here. So not saying it will bounce again, but it could bounce here. So I might trim 200 and then just let the other 200 ride. But again, playing pretty small today. It's got some crazy wicks, AMVS. AMVS just flushed short at 305. Nice entry, bro. Okay, now that we're in the 380s, I'm going to trim some here. Half my position. Just in case it bounced. It already bounced here once. Could do it again. MNTS, small pop. So this is the first thing I usually do these days is look at the percent up and then I find levels. And this is a pretty strong level right here. So 2 pops basically in this same area right here. And then we have the 200. That's my favorite resistance, the 200. So I'm gonna wait for it to get up here if I'm gonna play it because it's not up. I like to see them up. Ideally at least 50%. And we have a long way to go to get there for that one. But I'll play 30 to 40%. And even 20% sometimes. But I'm not going to go heavy with those. Because I've been in too many plays where I've gotten in too early, like 20, 30%, then it's in a few seconds, it's up to 50, 60 once volume comes in. But yeah, I might miss this play, but I'm gonna wait for these levels. And people make money on these little 15, 20% pops. Like I said, I assume this will flush back down, but again, it's more just like my risk management. It's just like, do I want to get in this early? Like catch 10 cent, maybe 20 cent max in a perfect scenario. So I like to see them make a little bit stronger of a move. But teach their own. Look at TTRX. Oh, is it curling back up? I would be interested in this one. If it, oh, yes, I am. Okay, we might get a little exciting now. Let's see. This one's dangerous. Disclaimer, very dangerous. Oh no, the locates for 100 shares are 180 bucks. What? No, I can't play this. Never mind. Sorry for getting y'all excited. I was about to jump in this one. Because there's just so much it can fall. But yeah, no, the locates are insane. So never mind. Disregard. And that would have been exciting too. That's probably been the play of the day. Because it's going to flush at some point. The key is just not get squeezed before it does. But yeah, the reason why I say it's dangerous is, what's the float on this one? It's a new IPO. There's no levels. And I imagine the float is tiny. I can't see it right now. Oh, here it is. 2 million. We've seen worse. So I took profit here. I'm glad I did because it's bouncing a little bit. BJDX. Let's see. Just came across you from the first time and took that MRM with you. I've always shorted. Nice to see someone that takes the time to explain why and the levels. Thank you. Yeah, for sure, bro. And honestly, y'all, I need to, as the group is growing, I see that majority of people that do well already have some type of like foundation in trading, and people that have some foundation in shorting plus trading do really well. So I try to explain it, but that's awesome. Oh yeah, Godfather. With IPO, you can get in trouble with flipping IPO. No, for sure. That's why the first thing I said is extremely dangerous. You got to be, if you're new, even if you're experienced, stay away. Oh, nice, Alex. Good job holding on to MRM. I know you trade a little smaller too. It's a lot easier to hold these plays when you trade smaller because, guys, if you're new, like I have been trading much smaller lately and I love it. Still had a 30K month last month, had a 43K month in the month before. So still can make good money trading short or small. Obviously have to take more trades now because of it and hold a little bit longer, but um, I actually like it. But I'm trading a little too small today though, because I haven't really loved the setups. There have been some decent ones, but none that I like. I really love. My best one was this one though, BDERX. Caught it from 14 to 10, but besides that, it's just been little tiny base hits. MRM making a new low. I've been talking too much, but I've already trimmed out of most of this position. MNTS has a NASA contract. Oh, I forgot about this one. Yeah, I don't love that news. Let me pull it up. Is it non-binding? Is it like legit? No, they awarded contract. Momentus awarded contract from NASA to test groundbreaking thrusters in space. Yeah, it's only a $2.5 million contract, but that's a good point though. Sometimes these NASA contract news will pop. But again, going back to what I've been saying the last few days, oh my gosh, look at MRM, next leg down. I'm gonna close up my last bit here. Nice. But I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, the NASA news is decent. But oh yeah, no, like the market just doesn't even feel that hot to me anymore. Like somebody else texted me yesterday about like, why are you not going long in this hot like small cap market? And I get there's some long plays, but like everything's still flushing in the last few days. And then like yesterday, I looked at all the tickers I played in pre-market and I looked at them intraday, and literally every single one of them was lower than where I played it in pre-market. So personally, besides the moon market pumps, I think it's not really that hot, is it? Or am I just missing it? Yeah, I'm gonna miss this play probably. But again, between the NASA contract and it's only up a little bit, I'm gonna sit it out. Do you trust use RSI? Everything you see on my screen is what I use. I don't even really use volume that much. Very unorthodox in that aspect, but well, I said that much. I don't use it really at all. Maybe 1% of the time. So I'm probably the wrong person to ask there. I trade like a caveman. Last year, I made deep six figures only using moving averages. I didn't even use a VWAP. As I became public, I've tried out different things. Um, But yeah, I'm probably the wrong person to ask. I like it super simple. I think you can get like analysis paralysis, but there's definitely some good order. What do you use again? The it starts with the F. I'm just drawing a blank. But yeah, there's things out there that I think make you a better trader, but I just don't use any of it really. I'm not saying that's the best way, but that's the way that works for me. Oh yeah, large cap's hot. I'm talking about the small cap market. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, Fibonacci. That's what I was trying to say. I couldn't think of that word. I might learn more about that though, because Ordo shared some examples that were interesting. I might look into that one day. Yeah, J Money. I didn't have, well, actually 2023 and 2024. I didn't even have VWAP on my charts. Just a 9, 21, and a 50, I think. But again, I'm not professionally trained at all, or I haven't really taken any legit courses. I like how I learned because I learned just like watching the chart. Like I would study and study and just watch price action, just not get caught up in indicators. Just like when the stock does this, it usually does this. And then if it makes this move, it typically does this. You know what I mean? So I got a really good foundation of like what typically happens when I see certain candles. So I'm actually glad I didn't get too caught up in indicators in the beginning. But again, like I said, if it gives you an edge, then go for it. I think level 2 would help me. I think there's a few other things that would help me. I just haven't really incorporated it because I haven't needed it. And I trade on my phone. I'm on my mobile. I just do this for you guys. Most of y'all know that, but for the new guys, I'm trading on my phone because this is what I know. TradeZero mobile. I don't recommend that though. I think I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage, but this is what I'm used to. Oh yeah, I missed that comment if you asked about that earlier. But yeah, no, level 2, there's something probably about level 2. It's probably not, don't treat it as religion, of course, just like with all these things in trading. But um, I've dabbled in it in the past, but I just haven't really stuck with it much. Because again, I trade mobile. So it's like, yeah, I could pull something else up and look at it, but I really like keeping it simple. It's been honestly, it's been kind of a rough, slow morning. I mean, we had some good conversation, but um, been pretty rough. And I've traded small, so I'm only sitting at 850 right now, 850 and 26 cents. But I guess not terrible. But I traded too small and didn't catch all the moves on some of these plays, but I guess it's not terrible. Maybe we'll get another 9 o'clock pop like yesterday. That one was money. or no, at least 1,000 hours watching. You're probably right. Yeah. MNTS. No, appreciate it, guys. Y'all are appreciate the support. Alexandra, I still need a video of you taking a trade on mobile. I know. I know. I need to record the screen. How about this? At 9 o'clock, I'll turn it on. I'll turn my screen recorder on, and if we catch a play, I'll shoot it to you. Can you recommend a broker for shorting if you don't have 25K in your account? Not really. It's, yeah, like you said, it's probably gonna have to be one of those offshore ones. There's a few people I know in this watching live stream that ABVE, is it moving again? I see somebody in the Discord mentioned it. Yeah, it's curling back up. I like to see it get up to 590, 580 first, but I'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, I would recommend anybody in the chat if y'all got any recommendations, because I honestly, I'm glad that there's offshore broker opportunities, but the locate fees and commission on them, I mean, I don't see how people make money. It's kind of expensive. Yeah, J Money, that's a good way to put it. Offshore, but you better be good at it. Yeah. The commission and fees are high on these offshore brokers. So I have a hard time referring people to them. And again, if that's all you can do, then that's all you can do for sure. But you gotta be good at what you do. And you can. I'm not saying it's like impossible, but the fees are a little higher. But that's how it works, trade-off. Do you utilize news aggregation? I think I know. I just use Stock Titan. I don't have a link for it. I probably should add it, but yeah, I use Stock Titan. I really like it. Very quick news. If there's a free version, it's just a 15-second delay, and there's a paid version. But outside of the terminal, the infamous terminal, it's the fastest I could find to drop news. Because again, I used to be long. I used to trade these momentum pops. I was way back in the day, 2022, I think. I've been using Stock Titan since then. I've tried everything though. I've tried options, buying, selling, weird earnings strategies, spreads, going long, large caps, small caps. Tried a bunch. But shorting is where it's at for me. Yeah, no, going back to what 505 woodworking guitars, yeah, if the PDT thing passes, that's going to be huge. That's going to be huge. Because I mean, like, I'm not saying this to like brag, but with TradeZero, there's days I don't pay any commission, like zero. And if I do, it's like 10, $20 or something. You can sell your locates back. There's no fee to enter a trade that I'm aware of. If they do, they sneak it in. But and I have a link in my description, and they even advertise no commission. But you know, when they say no commission, they still usually find ways to make money off you. Don't you know? Even if it's 0.0001 cent a share, you know, they figure out a way. But and if you're having good months, like fees don't hurt. But I've had red months, you know, and when you have red months and then you have $4,000 in locate fees and commission or five, you know, that hurts. That hurts. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's not going to be tomorrow for sure. It'll take some time. Dang, it's been a slow day, guys. Nice. We made it this long, Alexandria. You couldn't let it go the whole live stream. But no, I actually watched that video. Well, parts of it. Here's a PR. Trash. Oh, it's ATOM. Wasn't that moving yesterday? ATON. I mean, the news is weak. They basically, I think they're doing an interview, featured in live interview at NASDAQ market site with IPO Edge. Yeah, weak news. But this one was running. Was it yes? Yeah, it was yesterday. And the day before and after hours. Oh, I am not affected by PD. Oh, but I guess you got an understanding of it now. It's the way, I think it's the SEC or who's over this. I guess it's the SEC. Their way of quote unquote protecting us. But I won't get too much into that. Won't get too much into the hypocrisy of the PDT. UMAC, the aliens. You know it's slow. We're having alien conversation in the chat. Yeah, I appreciate everyone being on today, but it has been a slow morning. But I probably won't hang on much after 9 o'clock because, uh, as I say every day, my win percentage goes down after 9. So when they break new highs after 9, they tend to continue, or I continue. My win rate goes way down. So I'll see if there's a nice little pop, but if not, I'll dip out. Which indicator do you use for pivot points? I got asked that yesterday. Somebody slid into my VOD, if you're on on Instagram. So it's called Pivots Traditional Auto. And let me pull it up because this is how I use it. I only check the top one. The line width is 4 and 15 back. I think yeah, I don't mess with any of these, but I use it because for a daily pivot, it shows the level. They're very drawn to that and the 200. And then on the monthly, similar story, I kind of use it as like a spot that it might reject off of or come back to. I need to do a training video on that one as well because not a lot of people are familiar with pivots. But it's called, I hate how it's called something else different than right here because watch, it's called something a little different. Hold on. Yeah, Pivots Point Standard. That's the one I use. But when you add it to your chart, it says Pivots Traditional Auto for whatever reason. Two minutes till 9 o'clock. Maybe we'll get a PR. But yeah, I'll be live streaming in the Discord tomorrow, like I was saying. I'm going to that conference, but I know most people at that conference are not going to be trading or haven't traded that day on a slide in there and flex that I made a couple grand before. It's the Friendly Bear Conference in LA. Apparently, it's the biggest day trading conference this year. But I'll be doing it. Be doing a little podcast with him on Sunday, I think. So look out for that. Oh, definitely, Alexander. Yeah, I'll share. I'm actually looking forward to it because Friendly Bear, obviously I don't trade exactly like him, but I do like his deep understanding of fundamentals. So I'm actually looking forward to it. I don't think he's like the biggest like scalper fan, like kind of what I am, but he I've incorporated some of the things I've learned from him though over the years, so I'm excited to get like a deeper fundamental understanding. But definitely respect him as a trader. So we got some 9 o'clock news. Nothing I see that is too exciting. I'm not really seeing anything move. Or DGNX, is that moving? Is that new? No, that one was already moving earlier. Dang, I waited all the way to 9 and I don't see anything. I even turned on my screen recorder for you, Alexander, so you could see it in action. Remind me tomorrow in Discord if you're on. I'll just leave it on till I'll make a trade so you can see how I do it. I know you've been asking for a while, but I keep forgetting. Dang, I don't see anything. Yeah, this is a pretty rough live stream, to be honest, guys. Not a lot of action this morning. This hot small cap market died quick. Which I actually like slower markets, y'all know that. But I wasn't sized appropriately. If I'm only going to get 3 or 4 setups a day, I gotta leverage a little bit more than I was today. And I don't have to, but to hit my subconscious goal. BDRX is curling up a little bit now, but still like not interested. Still needs to move up, maybe $2.50 for me to be interested. Let me look at the comments. Y'all seeing anything? Yeah, J Money, you know it. Because I know the Friendly Bear doesn't trade pre-marketer. I was talking to him once and he said he didn't. I know most of the traders there are probably not going to like hop in pre-market, make a couple grand, and go to the conference. I'll take a picture of y'all standing in front of the sign. I might go heavy for y'all tomorrow on Discord. Might be a good time to join. So I would love to go in there like up 5K on the day or something. Watch, I'll go in there like negative 5K on the day now. But I do like trading small though. But if I need to increase the size, it's nothing but a thing. But there is an emotional toll with it though. I will admit, a mental toll when you go heavier. For me at least. But on that note, I'm not seeing much, guys. Again, apologies for the slow live. I don't control the market, but I appreciate y'all tuning in. Exclusive live stream in Discord tomorrow, just like all Fridays. Obviously, I won't be trading the end-of-day fades tomorrow, but I am going to try to sneak a live stream in before the conference. I won't be at my home setup, but we'll make it work. But on that note, let me read the comments. You're going to play. Let's see. By the time I look for fundamentals, the price has made a move. Yeah. That's why I don't dig into fundamentals too much. But again, some of these like fades I trade intraday and end of day, I look at fundamentals a lot more, but I mostly don't talk about that here because we're trading pre-market pops. But anyways, on that note, I will see y'all next time. Thanks as always for tuning in. Appreciate the likes and the subs. And if you're not in the Discord, I'll see you Monday. If you want to join, we do have a free trial. And on that note, I will see y'all later.